So what was happening is from one of the most popular television shows, The Mandalorian, Gina Carano plays Cara Dune in that show.
Excellent TV show.
Yeah, and she's a very strong combat like character. She does a lot of fighting. She comes in and out of episodes, but I would say she's a strong B level person. Yeah. So anyway, really cool character. She was an MMA fighter before she got into acting. But she is a very well known as a conservative in the Hollywood scene, which is kind of frowned upon these days.
May I say, a very attractive lady.
I think she's you know what she reminds me of? She reminds me of a really strong, like physically strong version of that one actress that was on Law and Order SVU.
Oh,
now, if you don't know what I'm talking about,
no.
I'm sorry. Oh, bummer.
Well, there you go.
Anyway,
so
Gina
Carano has she is conservative, I guess people would say. I don't necessarily know it. I don't necessarily know what conservative
how
necessarily
far she leans
means, but she, the Twitter community has gotten on her case for several things, but she's been very open about supporting Trump. She's very open with being on the kind of the right side,
traditional right side,
the traditional right side of the spectrum of politics, and she's gotten in hot water about this previously,
and people have said like there was like a hashtag fire her or whatever.
Yeah, she's been in and out. She changed her Twitter profile to beep boop as profile pictures, which is kind of funny, but you don't do it on Twitter. And so yesterday she was fired from Lucasfilms / Disney.
So Disney owns Lucasfilm, but Lucasfilm had the authority to fire her because Lucasfilm people were still overseeing development of Star Wars and the Mandalorian type stuff, which is the only thing that she was involved in as far as Lucasfilm and Disney goes. So she was fired over a specific tweet or just the consistency of her.
It was a building up of it. I think as far as Disney the company goes, it was a building up of it. This is kind of the crux point. She tweeted about how being a conservative was somewhat historically equivalent to what the Jews went through during the Holocaust.
Okay.
Now, that is a very, very broad way of a broad description of what she actually tweeted. I would actually highly suggest that people actually read what her tweet was, because
and read history.
And read history, because she was kind of giving a historical context of it didn't start with the Nazi Party, like rounding up the Jews and killing them. Right. It was neighbors and people kind of
really
talking the kind of the degradation of the culture.
It was the overstepping of the Nazi political party, and then kind of isolating people that did not think with like the same way that as they did or hold the same ideals as them.
Well, she was I think
which is kind of what she was equating to.
Well, she was basically saying that it was before and it was neighbor kind of against neighbor. Okay, which is similar to what it was like we're a divided nation ish. Now, I think we're less so in person. I think that a lot of it feels online, but no matter what, I think everyone can agree there's a little bit of tension in the country right now. Yes.
So what's your opinion on it?
Well, here's the thing. That can be skewed as anti-Semitic. So it did. The Jewish community and people on Twitter outraged about it, and then Disney fired her.
Right.
Now, my take on it is that Disney can hire and fire whoever they want. Like, it does, it really, if you are representing the brand and what you do kind of cultivates outrage or cultivates friction towards the brand, then the business kind of is able to cut ties with you if they want to.
Sure.
Like that is well within the within
If they, yeah,
it's a decision that makes sense if you're a business.
Yeah, as long as it is something that really kind of like stirred the pot that much. If it was a topic or, you know, like a social media post that was really that controversial. So, but
apparently it was. And that I think is the broader issue that I think people kind of need to grapple with, because a lot of people are now canceling their Disney Plus accounts because
the hashtag cancel Disney Plus is trending now.
Exactly, because Gina Carano's partner, or Pedro Pascal, the Mandalorian, he has also tweeted political things that did have to do with kind of the Holocaust too, but on the other end of the spectrum, as far as he's very left. So they're kind of pointing out the hypocrisy of like, well, she's posting about this and he posted something similar.
There's different ends of the spectrum as far as the Holocaust references go.
No. Well, he posted a Twitter pic that was that had a picture of I believe kind of kids in concentration camps, and then the kids in cages, the border cages that he was equating Trump and and all that. So the issue is people are kind of pointing out the hypocrisy of Disney, kind of picking and choosing and pointing out that because she's conservative, this is what happened. And I think all of this is more apparent that shows the culture war that we're in.
Exactly.
What are we getting outraged about? Why are we getting outraged about these things? And obviously things that there's a lot of tribalism that's going on with it as well. So you got one of our members, now let's go get one of theirs. And like, why
tit for tat, eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Petty.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think it's very interesting that that on the people on the left or liberals want to cancel Gina Carano because of that, and then conservatives want to back her and cancel their Disney Plus, which is very interesting because Gina Carano is like you really don't know her, and and you know, people can cancel their Disney Plus. That's fine too. Hey, that's a security dollar.
You guys can do whatever you want, but it's just interesting because Disney has kept people on staff that were convicted sex offenders.
Who?
I don't know their names off the top of my head. I would look it up on my phone.
We're just gonna, and I think murderers too.
No, for definitely like people that were not just like accused, convicted sex offenders that were, you know, because Hollywood's full of people like that, shady people that use their power for bad things. But they've been able to keep their jobs. So it's like, if you want to keep your job but still do iffy stuff, you'd be better off doing bad sexual stuff, bad things, versus tweeting about your political opinions. Is that the world that we're living in right now?
It seems like it. I mean,
what if things were reversed though? Like if it was a right-sided dominant political atmosphere right now, and then somebody posted something.
See, that's the thing about like when you talk about like conservatives and how kind of their mind works, because back in the day they were all about censorship as well, but on kind of a morality standpoint, where it's very interesting to think that that Deadpool is going to be on Disney, a rated R film that also Gina Carano was in. Oh, really? And you know, you almost saw half a boob in that movie, which was Gina Carano's, and they would probably cancel her for that. Like the immodesty of
back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of the ebbs and flow of who's in cultural power.
Yeah.
Right now, and I think it's just we're in a shift that is kind of leaning towards one way. It'll probably swing back another. And the thing is it sucks that you can't really have a voice if you are in that industry, but it almost seems like that's kind of the understood thing, that you can't really buck up against the system if you also want to be part of it.